One of the most frustrating things about high school is being stuck with a bad teacher. Luckily, in college, since you'll be picking your classes and your professor, you probably won't run into this problem. That is, unless you pick a bad professor. But what if there's a website that serves as a review where previous students can share their opinions with this professor? How helpful would that be? What's up guys, David here, and today I'm going to show you a website that will help you avoid a nightmare professor you do not want. But before I do that, I would like to kindly ask everyone who finds this video valuable to go ahead and leave a like, as it helps me defeat the evil YouTube algorithm, which means more people can watch this video and get value from this video, as well as subscribing to this channel, as I will be making videos every single week, and if you're a student like me, you're definitely going to be benefiting from these videos. Alright, so the website I'm going to be talking about today is ratemyprofessors.com. I'm sorry if I wasted your time. Believe it or not, half my friends were complaining about their professors last semester because they were not aware of this website. So clearly not everyone knows about this website, and I have to make a video about it, even if that means a lot of professors are going to lose their jobs after this. So in this video, I'm just going to be talking about this website, and if you already know about this website, still stay, because it makes me happy. Anyways, ratemyprofessor.com is a website that allows university students to assign ratings to their previous professors based off of their experience. So let me hop on my computer to sort of show you how this works. So in most colleges, when you're selecting classes, you can see the name of the professor. So what I would do is I would hop onto this website, and then there's on the top bar, there's a place where you can type in the professor name and your school's name. Make sure you do both so you get the right professor, because sometimes there'll be two professors with the same name. And when you do that, you'll basically be taken to a page full of some interesting information about this professor. You'll see the average rating out of 5, the name of the professor, the percentage of students who would take this class again, and the level of difficulty of this class. You'll also be introduced to some tags, which I'll talk about in a little bit. It's basically how students would describe this professor in like 1 word or 2 words. Here's a quick tip. Do not just look at the rating, because yes, the rating does reflect how good a professor is, but it does not reflect if this professor is a good fit for you. I mean, some professors are great at what they do, but they're also very strict with attendance, to the point where if you don't show up to class, you will lose points, which is not going to be good for students like me, who is usually better learning stuff on their own. So what I would do is I'll go ahead and read some of the reviews from previous students and how they feel about the professor. So for the sake of this video, here's basically an example of a professor from one of my schools. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and read some of the reviews and basically talk about what information this review gives me. So here's the first review. This review is pretty recent. Also you may want to look at the date of the review. Make sure it's within like 2 years, because some professors may change up the class and make it a lot harder. So yeah, just heads up there. Usually the top reviews are going to be like the most recent one. In fact, this one's probably from last semester or the semester before that. And so this person was taking this class for credit. Attendance is not mandatory, which is obviously great for me. And this person would take this class again because this person clearly enjoyed it. And this person got an A. And this person said you do need a textbook for this class, which is definitely a plus, because genuinely professors who don't use textbooks, yes, they're saving money, but it also makes it a headache for you to learn. So here's this person's comments about this professor. He is one of the best professors I've had so far. He tries to make class fun and entertaining and really makes an effort to get to know every student, despite having almost 150 in class. Dang, that is impressive. That's definitely something that will stick out to me, because half my professors don't know me. He uses PowerPoints during lectures, which is great for visual learners like myself. His jokes are awful, but they put a smile on everyone's face. Yeah, this definitely draws me into this class. I mean, first of all, he uses PowerPoint, which means it's probably going to be uploaded on Blackboard or like Canvas, whichever platform you guys your college uses. I don't really know, I can't talk either. You also really do want a professor that tells jokes, because it just makes the class a lot entertaining and stress-free. So this person thinks that the professor is inspirational, hilarious, and caring, which corresponds to what this person talked about in their comments. So this is obviously a really good review. So I'm just going to scroll around to see if there's any not so good reviews, and I'll go from there. Okay, so here's an average review. It's not really a bad review, but it's also not a great review. This was from 2015, so maybe the professor improved ever since. Maybe this was when he was just not very experienced, which is understandable. I mean, obviously, professors with more experience will be better. But I'm just gonna go ahead and read it. So, This person said the quality is a 3, which is average. It's not great, but it's also not terrible. The difficulty is also average, so it's obviously, in this person's mind, it's not a blow-off, but it's also not, very difficult. So this person took the class for credit, and attendance is mandatory. So clearly this class has changed because on the recent reviews, they said attendance was not mandatory. So clearly this professor changed the structure of the class. Anyway, so I'm just gonna go and read this. It is an interesting lecturer. He tries to make things funny by ribbing Dr. Hitchcock. Oh my god. Sorry, I can't say that word out loud. Although he is a good professor, his portion of the MCS tests are pretty tough. I'm assuming that's multiple choice. What does that stand for? Anyways, he likes to make questions based off of a fact he mentioned once in class. Okay, that's what most professors do. So clearly you have to go to class. If he does post a review PowerPoint, it isn't helpful. Nice guy, just not reasonable tests. Yeah, so clearly this person doesn't have the best opinions. This person thinks the test is hard, which is obviously understandable. And yeah. So I'm gonna go through I'm just gonna pick another review and then I will summarize what I think about this professor based off of what I learned. Alright, so all the older reviews are kind of irrelevant, so I'm just gonna go for the third review, which is from 2019, so a little bit more than a year ago. And this is before the pandemic, so yeah, because obviously classes are a lot easier during the pandemic. So this person took the class for credit. Attendance is not mandatory. So again, because clearly this professor has changed his mind about the structure of the class, he has made attendance not mandatory because he feels like it was pointless. And this person said that he would take this class again. The person would take the class again. Did I just assume it's Jen? So this person says that Dr. P is such a nice man. He studies geography, which isn't super interesting to most people, but he's funny and makes the content entertaining. He wrote the textbook for the class and it pretty much mirrors the exam questions. 90% of your grade is based off of the 3 exams. Study a couple hours, a couple days before each, and you'll get an A. So yeah, that is great. So after reading these reviews, I think I can safely conclude that this is a very easy class, and if you put some effort, it could potentially be a blow-off class. I've also noticed that a lot of these former students like to give advice on how to go about these classes, which is also something else I really like about this website, because that could come in really handy. So next time, when you are scheduling classes for college, consider looking at this website and searching up the names of these professors, because most likely they would have a review. And if they don't pick this professor because it's probably a new professor. And trust me, from my experience, it is not a pleasant one. Anyways, that's all I have. My question to you is, do you think high school should also allow students to pick their teachers? Let me know in the comments below, and I'll see you guys next time.